We're at the Flight Sim Expo 2025. Something interesting happening behind me, a new product from PilotPower. One thing that caught my attention at the PilotPower booth were these machines that looked like exercise machines with screens mounted on them. So I wanted to have a closer look. Now, unfortunately, I had to do this recording by myself using my Osmo Pocket 3, which is a selfie camera that I was holding at arm's length. So unfortunately, I didn't get wide shots, so you can't see the entire equipment, but you still get the idea. So let's go talk to the captain. So what's in the PilotPower sandbox today?
Well, we've got a whole new thing here. Most people have never thought of combining the joy of flying a flight simulator with the boredom of exercise. So the boredom is gone. This actually replaces the joystick in a game. So if you watch what I'm doing here, in order to go left, right, I've got to do this. Watch what happens to the screen as I crank it. See, we're going left, cranking right, left, then going up, see? And now we're going down. So all of that's just flight sim standing up with resistance and so on. But we've got so much spring tension here, you actually get an aerobic exercise. From basically your calves to your forearms and everything in between, you're getting an aerobic workout and really toning up and, of course, burning some extra calories. So most people aren't going to tell you you're doing too much of this, where they might say you're doing too much flight simming.
So you were telling me something interesting before, but the camera wasn't running. For the parents out there whose kids are into flight sim, could you tell us again now that the camera's on?
Oh, okay. Well, the neat thing is if you've got a kid who's, let's say, anywhere between 13 and 16 who's really crazy about flight simming and really wants to learn to fly, get them going on flying lessons. They can take flight lessons when they're 10 years old. So we would usually get people to solo when they're 16 years old. At 17, they can get their private and their instrument ratings. At 18, they can get their single engine commercial and their flight instructor. And then they can be making money while they're building the hours to do whatever else they want to do in flight, whether it's airlines, charter, corporate, military, all of that can be happening. And you don't have to send them to college, and they can still end up making $350,000 a year. Then if they want to go to college, they can do it on their own buck.
350,000 here, 350,000 there. Pretty soon you're talking real money.
It starts adding up after a couple of years.
Okay, so you are the inventor and developer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done this for a year and a half. This is the 11th prototype, pretty much production. And it started years ago. A year and a half ago, I met a flight instructor for the Air Force who said how great they're doing with the planes and they're doing with the armament and they're doing with the avionics and how they're training the pilots, but nobody's training the pilot's body. So as I developed this, I found out there's a whole lot of people out there who are trying to fly in their homes, and this is probably a bigger market than the military. So this is where I'm aiming, to put these into a lot of homes and hopefully help people fight the battle of the bulge in the air.
Okay. How can people find your product?
Pretty hard. I don't have a website yet.
Okay.
I'm looking to put one together. In fact, I got somebody promised one and didn't do it. So my home phone number is my cell phone. You can text me 941-545-3300. That's 3300.
Thank you, Captain.
Captain Michael gave me his card, and I can read the number to you again. It's 941-545-3300. Feel free to write down the information from the card, and feel free to contact him. It's a creative idea that he developed into this product, which I thought was quite interesting. I'm sure it's still under development, but it looked to be fully functioning. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you soon.